The boss Uthman said that it's this kind of ladies that he's attracted to. Ladies that wear Baccarat Rouge 540. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bella and this is Bella's Perfume Diaries. If this is your first time of stumbling on this channel, Perfume Diaries is a series where we'll talk about perfumes, a sprinkle of beauty and lifestyle. So if this is the kind of content you like, please click that subscribe button and join the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in once again. On today's episode, I'm going to be reading you guys sexiest perfumes on men and women. I did a question tag on my Instagram and I'll be reading the responses from this question tag. Instagram has decided that these are the sexiest perfumes that a man and a woman should wear. Without wasting much time, let's jump right into the video. So I'm going to be starting with the responses for fragrances that are sexy on a man. The first one is from Leroy Official and he said Katia Decadence. I'm guessing he was trying to say Katia Declaration because there's no fragrance from Katia that is decadence, except maybe he's talking about decadence from Marc Jacobs. If it is Katia Declaration, I would 100% agree with him. I have smelled that perfume before and it is so underrated. That perfume smells very sexy on a man and it is very affordable. I'll describe it as a sweet, fresh, sensual, masculine perfume. I love his scent preference. The next person is Nsisong Icon and he said Sauvage. I have never seen anybody that loves Sauvage as much as this guy. Dior, please make this guy an ambassador because the way he loves Sauvage. But I cannot dispute the fact that Sauvage is a sexy masculine perfume. I actually love Sauvage, but I actually prefer the Sauvage Elixir now. A lot of people say Sauvage is now everywhere. It is now only playboys or flirts that wear Sauvage. But I think if I smell Sauvage on a man, I still feel it is a sexy perfume. I just think that if you haven't gotten Sauvage yet, or maybe you have run out of your OG Sauvage, don't restock the OG again. Get the Sauvage Elixir. That is an upgraded Sauvage version. I mentioned this when I talked about sexy fragrances for men. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it up here. You can go ahead and check it out. But I can agree with Nsisong Icon that Sauvage is a sexy masculine perfume. The next person is Yosabo. So this one is from a lady. She came in hard. She said Clive Christian #1. That perfume is not cheap, but trust me, it smells expensive. If you have the money to buy Clive Christian #1, go ahead because that perfume smells very rich. It smells very sophisticated, very classy. You will not be smelling like every other man when you have Clive Christian on. So I can agree with Yosabo. Yosabo, you said you have big eyes. Oh. This is from Zara. She said Seduction by Anthony Banderas. I haven't smelled Seduction before, but I have smelled a perfume from Anthony Banderas. Their fragrances have been in existence for a very long time. From the name, I'm guessing it will be a seductive perfume. So Zara said that this is what she wants her man to smell like. Guys, are you taking notes? Are you jotting things down? The next person is Christabel. So Christabel said Assad by Latafa. I would 100% agree. If you're looking for that affordable, sexy perfume for a man, Assad Latafa is perfect. This is actually said to be a dupe for Sauvage Elixir. I did a review comparing both fragrances together. I'll link it up here. You can go ahead and check it out. It just smells like a fresh, creamy cinnamon lavender scent. It's so beautiful. So the next one is from Ivy Chiami. She mentioned a lot. So the first one she said is D&G The One Exclusive Edition. Red bottle. I have actually smelled the brown bottle before. She also mentioned Amaris. I haven't tried Amaris before. I'm going to put the pictures of the fragrances. She also mentioned Chanel. I don't know which of the Chanels, but I 100% agree. I don't think I have smelled any Chanel perfume that I did not like. She also mentioned Assad by Latafa. So you see, not just one person is mentioning Assad by Latafa. So those are the fragrances from Ivy Chiami. And then we have the Canadian box. By the way, she sells amazing accessories. You can check her out. So she said Jazz YSL. I actually don't know that fragrance. I was thinking she was even going to mention Jazz Club, but I don't know that fragrance. I'm going to look it up, and if I find it, I'll put the picture up here. Also, Nexi11 said, Amani, In Love With You. Absolutely. I thought In Love With You was the feminine version and Stronger With You was the masculine version. I'm not so sure. This fragrance is from the Love collection, comes in the Stronger With You, Because It's You, and In Love With You, I think. She said In Love With You absolutely is sexy on a man, so who am I to argue with her? And Morgan said Xerjoff Naxos. I can agree 100% that Xerjoff Naxos is an amazing sexy perfume for a man. Like, I have smelled a sample of that perfume and I was just intoxicated by it. I think it's also a perfume that a lady can wear as well, but I feel it leans more masculine than feminine. So this will smell very sexy on a man. It's just such an amazing, beautiful, sexy fragrance for a man. Alright Baby said Labille EDT. Guys, if you haven't tried any masculine fragrance from Jean Paul Gaultier, this is the sign to get your hands on it. All the fragrances, the Labille collection basically, they are all sexy. Even this Labille EDT, it is such a sexy masculine perfume. So kudos, Alright Baby, you know your stuff. So Annie Dugo MD said Creed Aventus. For sure, Creed Aventus has to be on this list. Even though it is literally everywhere now, but I still don't dispute the fact that it is a sexy perfume. Creed Aventus used to be one of my favorite masculine perfumes on a man. It is an amazing sexy fragrance. Jovi Oge said Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I love you guys' recommendations. You guys are just mentioning all my favorites here. I love Ombre Leather. Ombre Leather is like a more affordable version of Tom Ford Toscan Leather. I love the leather in this fragrance. It smells super sexy on a man. It just gives you this sexy, manly, very rich, very refined, very sophisticated. I absolutely love. Jovi Oge, you know your stuff. Aisha Akilu said Sauvage Elixir. 100%, just like I mentioned, Sauvage Elixir is the upgraded Sauvage that every man needs to get, because I feel this one is more of the sensual Sauvage. So I recommend that every man needs to get their hands on Sauvage Elixir if they're looking for a sexy perfume for a man. Olami60 said Armani Code. Armani Code is another very sexy perfume for a man. Like, if you're looking for that perfect, sexy, masculine, intoxicating, sensual fragrance for a man, Armani Code is perfect. I love the fact that you guys have good taste. Rita said Oud. Oud sometimes smells sexy on a man, especially if it is not overpowering and choking, but I feel Oud also is an amazing sexy fragrance for a man. Onyeka is one of my favorites on Instagram. She gives amazing recommendations and she's such a pretty lady, and I feel she's also down to earth. Anyway, this is not about Onyeka. So what she said is Tom Ford Oud Wood. I agree 100%. Oud Wood is such a classy, sophisticated, refined oud perfume. And she said Perfume de Mali Haltin. Okay, I haven't smelled that, but I love Perfume de Mali perfumes. They are very classy, very rich. They smell very sophisticated. So if Onyeka is recommending any perfume, best believe that they are going to smell classy. You should follow her. She's an amazing fragrance reviewer on Instagram. I don't think she's on YouTube. The next one is Temi Odi. Temi Odi too is also an amazing, I think she's on YouTube too. So you can follow her. She's an amazing fragrance YouTuber. So you can subscribe to her channel or follow her on Instagram. So she said Stronger With You Intensely. When I talked about sexy fragrances for men, I mentioned Stronger With You Intensely, and trust me, that perfume is sexy. She also mentioned Terre de Hermes. I love Terre de Hermes too. It's such a beautiful, manly, spicy, oud, amazing scent. And then the boss Uthman said Dior Homme Intense. I mentioned Dior Homme Intense when I was talking about sexy perfumes for men. I'm so happy that my followers, my subscribers have good taste in fragrances. These recommendations are approved, 100% approved. So those are the few responses from my followers on Instagram for the sexiest fragrances for men. If you have more sexy fragrances that haven't been mentioned, you can drop them in the comment section. These are the sexiest fragrances on a man. according to my Instagram followers. So I'll be going to the sexiest fragrances for women according to my Instagram followers. Next one is from Fry Perry NG. She said Calvin Klein Sheer Beauty. Have I smelled Sheer Beauty before? I think I have, but it's been a very long time ago, so I don't really remember what it smells like. But I trust Fry Perry. The Canadian box said Midnight Rose by Lancome. I love Lancome fragrances. I have La Vie est Belle and La Nuit Trésor. I've smelled Midnight Rose also, and it is such a sexy perfume. And I think at a point it was really hyped on TikTok. It's such a beautiful, sexy perfume. Nexi 11 said Givenchy L'Interdit Rouge. I would describe that fragrance as a grown sexy fragrance for women. I actually have it in my collection. That's the only Givenchy I have in my collection. I don't have the OG and the black one. I'd love to get the black one as well, but I love that red one. It's such a spicy tuberose fragrance with blood orange. It's very sophisticated, very elegant, and very sexy. The next one is from Olami60. She said La Vie est Belle. Just like I mentioned, La Vie est Belle too is another sexy fragrance for women. It is such a classic scent that has been in existence. Rita said Siamani. You guys already know Siamani has my heart. Like, Siamani has a special place in my heart. That's like the ultimate sexy fragrance that every lady needs to have in their collection. Also, Onyeka said Byredo Mojave Ghost. I wanted to get that fragrance at a point, but a lot of people said it's a fresh scent. Is it a fresh scent? I'd love to test it out. And she also said Zerjov L. You see why I said Onyeka has expensive taste? Because all the fragrances she's recommending are all very classy, very elegant, very expensive, very rich smelling. Temi Odi said YSL Libre Intense. Somebody needed to mention YSL Libre Intense because it's the ultimate sexy fragrance for every woman. She also mentioned Black Opium. Upon all the hate that Black Opium has gotten, I love when I see people that love Black Opium because it is such an amazing scent that deserves all the flowers. I love this fragrance. She also mentioned Olympia. Olympia too. I was obsessed about Olympia. I think it was like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I was obsessed about that perfume. I got backups upon backups upon backups of that fragrance. So I absolutely agree. And then the boss Uthman said Baccarat Rouge 540. I love when men recommend fragrances for women. So the boss Uthman said that it's this kind of ladies that he's attracted to, ladies that wear Baccarat Rouge 540. And I agree with him 100% because Baccarat Rouge 540 is an ultimate sexy fragrance. So those are the responses for sexiest fragrances for my ladies. If you need my own recommendations, I did my top 10 sexy fragrances for men and women. I'll drop it down below. You can go ahead and binge watch. But I love all the recommendations from my followers and I appreciate you guys for your responses. If you were not able to respond to that question tag, you can let me know your sexiest fragrances on a man, on your man maybe, and the fragrance that you love to smell on your woman if you're a man, or if you don't have man, the fragrance that you love to smell on yourself, and the fragrance that maybe you have smelled on a man that you absolutely love. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of this episode. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, drop your scent of the day in the comment section. I would love to connect with you in the comment section. Thank you guys for tuning into Bella's Perfume Diaries. I will see you on my next episode. Bye.
Basics, my lace is strong.